can also submit questions using the Frankly app from the comfort of your chair. We're going to go ahead and begin. You ready for some questions?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hi, my name is Rachel, and I was wondering what it was like to work with Loki on set.
Loki, well, Loki and Tom are two different people. And, they're both slightly insane, but in a very good way. Most of my favourite stuff is working with Tom. You know, whether it's in Avengers or Thor, and he's, you know, that's why you love him. He's incredible on screen and just so much fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How did that charisma or that dynamic gel? Because, you know, two actors coming on set, how'd you guys kind of develop that relationship?
We were both just like two big kids, you know. We had the same love for acting and for these comic books and these characters as each other, and just had fun with it, you know. Every day was a joy. None of it ever felt like work. And also started, you know, in our careers at the same time, and this was Thor was the biggest thing I'd ever been a part of, and for Tom, and so we both had that sort of appreciation and enjoyment.
Yeah, and speaking of big things to be a part of, I just want to take a moment to say your lovely wife and yourself look great at the Oscars, and a big congratulations on your coming attraction, twins, right?
It's going to get a whole lot busier at my house, so very exciting. Hopefully they're holding on and they're not coming right now, because they're in LA and I'm here.
Then you'd have to leave, yeah.
I have to run out this panel, which I don't want to do.
Yes, sir.
I had two questions actually. The first one was, how did you get into SAG-AFTRA? And the second question is, what do you use to get into character?
Well, we're going to actually stick with that first question because we've got a lot of people to get through.
What was the first one? How do I what?
How did you get into SAG-AFTRA?
Oh, well, I mean, just got the job. Got a job, you know, any job. And then it's sort of, I think it was Star Trek, I think, one of the first things I did in the States. And that sort of, you know, got me in the door. So, and then getting into character, you know, depends what it is. I mean, research, and in this case, Thor has just read as many comic books as I could and had, you know, great people to work with and bounce off, and yeah, onward.
And channel a guy.
And channel the Thunder God, that's it.
Thank you.
Spend a lot of time in the rain, in the storms.
Hi there.
Hi, I have a question on the Frankly chat app here that a lot of people are wondering. What kind of conditioner do you use?
Hard-hitting questions here, Chris.
Whatever my wife's got in the bathroom. I can't say I have a favourite conditioner or a brand that I'd like to plug at the moment. Thoriel.
Hi.
Hi, Chris. Thanks for joining us here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
And I was wondering, was there ever like a big mistake that you made on set or anything like that where you thought, man, I'm never going to recover from this, but you totally did?
It's just about every day. I think it's a sort of a natural thing as an actor to think you're never going to get hired again, and each thing you do feels like somewhat of a mistake, but that's kind of the fun, you know. It's got to be a risk, and many things don't work, and I think in amongst them, the things that do end up being, you know, the special moments, hopefully. But me and Tom did a big fight scene one time, and he's told this story many times because he likes to have a little whinge about it, a little cry. But I accidentally elbowed him in the nose, and rivers of blood, as he explains it. He had like rivers of tears. It was a mistake though, so yes.
You didn't actually mean that.
I'm not sure, maybe I did. It was annoying me a little that day. And, subconsciously maybe it happened.
Note to self, don't piss you off right now. Okay. Hi.
Hi. First I want to say you're very beautiful. My question is, when you spend quality time with your brothers, what do you guys like to do for fun? Do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, we surf a lot, and we grew up in the bush in Australia and got into all sorts of trouble and spent a lot of time kind of hurting each other accidentally. And we had all sorts of like rope swings and motorbikes and things that we'd entertain ourselves with, and all sorts of dangerous contraptions. Yeah, we hang out. I mean, these days it's just kind of hang out. We don't see much of each other. You know, Liam's shooting Hunger Games in Atlanta at the moment, and I'm in LA. And my older brother Luke travels around too, so Normal stuff.
But you did get together for that Kimmel bit, the Bitman Begins, which is great. How did that come about?
Jimmy Kimmel's a friend of mine and called me up and asked if we wanted to do it. And I said, yeah, sure. I didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, you can catch it online. Hi.
Hi. Also, this is a great honor because you're my favorite superhero.
Oh, you're my favorite fan.
My question is, who is your favorite superhero, or not superhero, villain? For Marvel.
Is it Loki, maybe? That's the obvious one. Let me think.
There's so many to choose from, the whole universe of them.
What's, I should know this. Who's the female devil, like, from hell? What's her name?
Not Mephistopheles is not.
No, I can't even pronounce it. You made that up, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Scarlet Witch is pretty awesome. And Loki. There you go.
And Loki.
Loki was also a girl in some of the comic books. So, maybe, maybe her.
But she cries less than Tom Hiddleston, right?
She what?
She cries less than Tom
Of course.
Hiddleston, right?
You've probably heard this 1,000 times, but you are extremely sexy. My question is, can you do any impressions like Tom Hiddleston can?
Of Tom? Oh, God.
No, like any impression at all. Like he can
No, he's the dancer, and you know, have you seen him dance?
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting, isn't it? And sing? No, not really. I know Tom used to make this sound every time we'd have a fight scene, and he'd say to me, you know, every time I threw a punch, I'd be like, "Rrr!" and he'd go, and his sound was, I don't know what it was, but it kind of went like this. It was like, yeah! It kind of sounded like somebody grabbed a cat. I said, what is that, Tom? He said, I don't know, it comes out of me. What I do. So,
Thank you.
that's my 12-minute fight scene impression.
I was actually wondering how much of the mythology you actually read before you became Thor.
Ken Branagh gave me a big book on Norse mythology right when just before we started shooting, and then obviously a lot of comic books and what have you. And the big thing I took away was the fatalistic kind of way that the Vikings lived, and they lived as though every day or every battle could potentially be their last, but it was all preordained, and if they were to die this day, then so be it. So they went out with this fearlessness, and that was what we, kind of blended into Thor's attitude to fighting and to everything he did, which was, might be his last day or his last moment. So give it everything he could, and but it was fascinating stuff.
I just wanted to say that you bring Thor great honor by your performance.
All right, thanks a lot.
Actually, in addition to Thor, Rush was a great, compelling movie. Really dug it. Everybody see Rush out there? Did you, I mean, it didn't seem like Hunt was a hero or a villain in it, and Loudon was never a hero or a villain. Was that the intention going in, that you didn't quite know who to root for?
Yeah, I mean, that was the true story, between these two characters, that they were had completely different approaches to life and to the sport. One was a playboy rock star and full of risk. The other one was the mathematician and absolutely calculated everything he did, but equally as talented. And when reading up on these two characters, you didn't know who you wanted to win. There were things you could fault about both of them and things you could love. And but that was a lot of fun playing that, especially trying to fit into the Formula One car. Which I just finished Avengers, and so I had to, not eat and run and sweat and try and slim down. We had to take the seat out of the car, and I was just sitting basically in the chassis of the car, on the engine. So it's not very comfortable for me, cocooned in there, but it was cool.
Are most Formula One drivers kind of small dudes then, or is that?
Yeah, well, the guy I played was actually quite tall, but a lot thinner than I was at the time. I mean, I got skinny eventually, but initially it was tricky. Yeah. Most of them are traditionally pretty small, I think.
Yes.
Ashley, again with the Frankly Chat app, and actually on the subject of Rush, how many of the driving stunts did you do yourself?
We did a lot, as much as they'd let us without us, potentially killing ourselves and the film being put on hold and recast. listeners and me if I was dead. But we did a lot, you know. We had cameras kind of attached to our helmets and in our visors, holes drilled into the cameras. Could sit there and get big close-ups of our eyes, and then they'd strap cameras all around the car, and we'd whip around the track and try not to crash. And it was cool. But we had, you know, incredible stunt team as well to do the really high-end, risky stuff.
Hi there.
Sup?
What's up?
I wanted to say first of all that I think you are the underdog of the Avengers. You should get more appreciation out there.
Those Avengers, they don't respect me, do they? I do. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell them.
And you should get more scenes and everything. So I'm just asking.
Oh, cool.
I was asking for Avengers 2. Do you have much more than you did for the first film?
I hope so. I'm going to send them this interview this week. Josh, he thinks so. You know?
Yeah. Listen to this guy. He's got a good idea.
Everything in Avengers is ramped up though. It's kind of blew me away reading it, and I didn't know how Josh does it, but everyone has just gone up another notch, and the whole thing is bigger and more insane and crazy. And yeah, he's a you know, a genius. Josh, yeah.
I think there's a few Josh fans.